Hello and welcome to an amazing podcast. This is Squadron Leader D.
This is Modi.
This is Kaiju number 6-7.
And we are talking about Kaiju number 8, the exciting conclusion to Season 2. What did you guys think?
I watched this a month ago. I don't remember.
Oh, really?
Anything. Yeah. Or what we talked about like last time. I'm gonna look up. You guys talk. I'm gonna look up the list of the episodes.
Pretty much. Yeah, I'll give like a quick rundown of. So it's what we're doing is episode 7 through 11. So pretty much, it's after, what's his name? Soshiro gets given the Kaiju number 10 suit, so he has to start training with it, and they do like, you know, the training drill, and Iharu, the guy with the red hair, like helps him out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And after that, it's kind of like just another like build up episode, with like, what's his name? Kafka, like struggling with the fact that people, he thinks that he's just wanted because of his Kaiju number 8 status and not, you know, because of his own strength. So what's his name? Soshiro starts training with him. Oh, sorry. I said the person I talked about.
And Reno getting Kaiju number 7 armor, and then Soshiro getting whatchamacallit, the Kaiju number 10 living armor.
Yeah, he's the one who got 10. Yeah.
Which is really awesome, by the way.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. So it's pretty much just like a couple episodes of them like kind of just like preparing for the assault, training, all that, introspecting, and then the assault comes and, yeah, they fight.
Okay. I'm just going to be talking about this with the debuff because I'll have to kind of remember.
Alright, so I'll start off. I really enjoyed this section. As far as training arcs go, I definitely think this is probably one of my favorites. One of the things I really enjoyed about this is it does highlight the strengths of having the main characters just go up against like big dumb monsters, because it really gives a lot of really good opportunities for the characters to sort of flex their muscles and just stand out a little bit more without like having a go between them and some other sentient enemy. And I think like the whole like dichotomy or the relationship between like Captain Mullet not feeling stuck in place and not being able to grow, and Reno like growing too fast and feeling the weight of responsibility was really fun. I really kind of like the scene where the captain notices that Pompadour guy's suit output has increased, and I was really waiting for a moment where like, oh my god, he's using 100% of his suit's potential. There wasn't much. But aside from that, I really liked Renault's suit design. Thought it was really cool. One of my favorite standout moments for this was definitely Kaiju number 10 and the vice captain. I was really hoping for them to do like a Venom Eddie Brock kind of thing, and I was not disappointed at all, especially with it constantly trying to do friendly fire the entire time. I thought that was really enjoyable, and again, another really good suit design. And I'm trying to think. One thing that kind of stood out to me is I kind of realized was Mina, like the chick, the Captain Kafka's trying to like catch up to, kind of sucks in my opinion. Like, her number one weapon is just that giant laser thing, and I feel like that only works if the kaiju's like really big and outside of a really populated like city area. And it kind of gets a little worse when a lot of our like top threat kaijus are like human sized, which I do kind of like because it kind of shows like Kaiju number 9 planning in like sort of like scheming around their weaknesses and strength. But it's kind of lame when you realize that Captain Hikikomori doesn't have like a huge like railgun weapon, but he can still take down giant kaijus. And again, I'm really happy that they're giving a lot of the more elite main characters in this like specialized suits, because all of them look really cool. Hikaru's suit looks nice. Hikikomori-san looks great. And I will say, I like how we're also getting introduced to the new, like, the Katsuki / Spider Corps / Phantom Troop, the new, like, villain group for this series. Because I like a lot of their designs. I'm happy we're getting more, like, smart kaijus to go out for the main characters to go after. And the final scene with Kafka, oh my god, that was so hype, dudes. I always have, like, a soft spot for, like, those moments where, like, the civilians are, like, believing in the heroes, they're rooting for them and all that kind of stuff. And then the whole moment where it's, like, Kafka helping the little girl collect her, trading cards before going off to fight. Oh my god, I really enjoyed that moment. I also like the idea that, like, Kafka does have cards with him, but he's just so common that everyone just throws them away.
Yeah, I don't even know what to respond to. There's some stuff in there that I disagree with, but pretty much a lot of what you said I do agree with. I think maybe when you talked about what's her name, Mina's power, I want to disagree with you, but like I'm thinking back to all the things you said, and I honestly think those are good points. I guess the only thing I would say is that she can draw out a lot more power, it seems like, compared to anyone else.
Why don't we have mechs in this universe? I mean, they do have mechs, but like, why do they all suck? I feel like a mech would be really useful in this world.
Yeah, especially if you can make it like fly and stuff.
Especially when most of your force is like guys with guns. Like if they like had a mech or something to kind of even the playing field.
Like they have like tiny like bipedal tank looking things, but it's just like you have like these super suits. Maybe scale them up a little bit. Oh, the other thing too is like they mentioned that they were fighting kaiju since the feudal Japanese era, like Warring States period. Oh, yeah. Like how the hell were they doing that, and why have we not gotten that spinoff yet?
I was really curious about that because like, are you telling me you were just out there fighting kaiju with like your samurai sword, you know, and that's it, and like all these years, like centuries later, like if you were able to beat them with swords, then why are they so much trouble nowadays?
Right.
Either they used to be weaker or nothing makes sense.
Like my idea of it is like they were like what you would expect a yokai to be. So they're like, instead of being like these giant like world ending things, they were like some like really huge bears or something. But it's also the kind of thing where like these things have healing factors. Like I feel like it would take a lot of manpower in like the medieval world just to bring down one of them.
Yeah. It must be like that they were weaker back then. Either that or humans were just way stronger. Like it wasn't just like regular samurai. It was like the samurai from Naruto, you know, that they were fighting, you know.
Damn, the internet set us back real far, you guys. Back in the day, we didn't need power armor to fight these things. We just needed grit and willpower and know-how.
Yeah.
You didn't need kaiju power to beat a kaiju with your bare hands. You just did it.
But yeah, and I don't know. I wonder if that's something that's ever going to be explained. What do you think?
I don't think so, but considering that like the series has already ended, I would be super down for them doing a spin-off.
I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't expect it to happen, but like if it comes up again, having to do with like maybe in Soshiro's final fight or something like that, like it does a flashback to like the history of his ancestry, of his family or whatever. maybe then, but yeah, I don't really expect it to be shown either. And yeah, if they did do a spin-off series, that would be, I don't know that I would actually care, but I would just want to like watch episode 1 just to see how they actually fought the kaiju.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I will say, oddly enough, like, this might be the second to last season, too. Because I know we're, like, I think we're actually, like, based off what I've heard about the manga, we might be in, like, the final arc of the series.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like this is the end. Or, like, I feel like what, the way it ended here is, like, there's going to be a battle, and they're going to take, like, significant losses. And so this is the second to last battle, and then probably after that there's going to be build up to like one final battle and the aftermath, and then that's probably going to be it. That's my guess.
They pull Attack on Titan mixed with like My Hero, and they just say like, yeah, final season, part 1, and it's just like a bunch of padding of us like sitting in the command room, and the commander's just debating what's going on.
Yeah.
Which I will say, like, I'm kind of happy that this is a nice, short kind of series, and on top of it being a shorter series, it doesn't feel very rushed. Like, I do feel like it is on the short end, but at the same time, I don't feel like it needed any more breathing room than it got.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like things should be like as short as they possibly can, without losing anything, you know. So
you need to be concise.
Yes.
Yeah, concise.
I want to be able to watch an entire anime through a TikTok, okay?
Maybe one day.
Please no.
I don't know how to feel about the show. I think it's just I think it's good. I think I don't have much other thoughts. I mean, I guess it would have been hard to draw this out for like an extended plot line, because they've kind of already done. Because I think the main gimmick of the first season was that Kafka had to like try to use his kaiju powers while also like potentially being under threat of like being discovered and like killed himself. And we've kind of moved past that, and they put like another limiter on his powers to where he's like, I guess, perma-turning into a kaiju the more he uses it.
It's like the more he transforms, more his like default body starts mutating more.
Which I guess isn't like a terrible fate necessarily. I mean, it would still be himself because it doesn't seem like his personality necessarily changes. But I think for some reason, I think the show started to lose me around some of the training arcs, but then it brought me back. I just think I find a lot of the fighting in these types of shows, like, I don't think it's a problem with this show, like, necessarily, kind of like not as interesting. Which might be a hot take, but I'm here more for like character dynamics, and we kind of like split apart like the main group. Which honestly, I guess they just kind of did it to introduce new characters. But I didn't find like the new characters that appealing. So I just I don't think this show took a direction that made me, that I think is like terribly interesting, but I don't think it's bad.
Like they like erased. I'm thinking a solid 90% of that initial cast got introduced.
Yeah. Which I'm a little annoyed, because I did kind of. I mean, I bet you the majority of people, like people who are going to listen to this, would be like, "Why the fuck do you care about those guys?" But like, I don't know. I just
was it really that many though? I feel like
no. I mean, it was like half the group though. Like it was.
Well, I mean, when you say let's talk numbers, like how many?
4.
Okay. No, because so here's the thing. There were like four female characters. There were the two guys, the rich dude and the really big dude. And then there was Reno. And then there was, like, red hair pompadour guy. Red hair and, like, Reno are the only characters we actually had any moments with since that first arc.
Okay.
I still don't think I
Sorry,
understand
I was trying to
potential
understand
either.
the.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say I was trying to like keep them all in my mind, the ones that you said, but like okay, pretty much the only two. I guess my opinion is that the only two I can think of that I can only think of two out of like that initial like main crew of friends that we don't see as much of anymore. Now that they're split, I feel like they've kept attention on the main ones. You know, so
No, you're right.
I don't know.
I just don't find the new characters interesting, and I liked the dynamic of him being in that initial crew, and even the characters we focus on, they're like separated, so we can't really develop much of their dynamic anymore, which I think is totally fine. I just I think the show kind of took some of the interesting elements out of it for me. But I mean, it's still pretty good.
Are you saying you didn't like fall in love with like Highlight Lady?
Who? Which one?
Exactly.
Because I do think too. I still am struggling a little bit with the whole like wrapping my head around the potential thing. Is it like literally the suit has like matches like the potential of like how the user uses it?
The way I was
yeah, sorry, go on. You go on.
So the way I was kind of wrapping my head around it is like the suit has like a certain level of power it can output, and every person can only like output like a certain percentage of that. So say if the maximum power of the suit lets you like punch a building, an entire skyscraper down,
Right.
everyone like has like can only access like a certain percentage of that power unless they like start training up. So like Kafka could only access like 1%, so he was just basically wearing a spandex onesie, whereas like Reno could access like 20%, so he could like jump high, run fast, and then you have like the vice captain who can access like 100% of it, so he can use like the full potential of whatever the basic suit is.
What makes you be able to access more of your suit's potential?
Training, believing in yourself, and hard work.
So why did Kafka only have like? Why did Kafka have 0%?
I think
outside of his
it's
Kaiju
also
form?
so from what I've also picked up is it's also a biological thing. So I think the other thing is like certain people can like by default access more energy, whereas others can't. Because they mentioned earlier that only certain like people can use certain suits, which is why like they couldn't just give like the whatchamacallit number 7 suit to anyone.
I think it was something that was happening was I think the scene or the part where Ice Guy and Pompadour Guy like I was like kind of checking out during part of that because I just found the dialogue incredibly annoying, but then I think it pulled me back in because I did like how Ice Guy was starting to like let his weapon consume him. And then I kind of like how Pompadour Guy pulled him out of it.
Yeah.
Even though I found his dialogue to kind of be obnoxious. Again, I gotta stop like watching this in English, I think.
I don't know.
No offense to the English voice actors. I'm just saying sometimes you get more hype. I think around if you don't understand the words that they're saying.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like when you read the subtitles, you can sort of like you kind of get like you know what they're saying, but you don't get the emotion behind it. Like hearing "Nigga" versus "run" is like two very different experiences. Or if it's something like if you hear like we must run really fast because we need to run fast.
Yeah.
That probably sounds way cooler in Japanese, and no matter what you do, if you don't translate that well in English, it won't flow as well. Which is why I really appreciate like shows like Danana and Gachi Akuta, because like they do a really good job of like translating their dialogue.
Yeah, I don't even think this one did a bad job. I just think it's,
How's written.
It's just kind of is what it is at these type of shows. I don't mind being so negative today. Someone else talk.
That post like vacay like cynicism.
I think I've been watching too many like good movies lately. And I haven't seen this for a month, and I let it stew, and I forgot about it, and I'm like covering up with the fact that I don't really know what to talk about with like being negative about it. But I like Kafka a lot. I think as the protagonist, like even though he's like, you think he's kind of basic, but like, I guess there's something that's appealing to me. A guy past his prime, who's got a heart of gold, who's like still.
I'll also say that the thing I like about Kafka is because I hate the idea of like the One Punch Man style character who's like, oh man, I'm so strong, I can kill every enemy with one punch, yada yada yada. Like, not saying like Saitama, like Saitama is clearly the exception to that, but like you have so many shows where it's like you have a main character who can like wipe everything out in like one punch, and they still expect you to have like to be invested in the drama. I feel like I like this because it pulls the Superman approach to it, where the character's so likable that you're kind of happy he has all that power.
Yeah.
Basically the opposite of like the soul leveling guy.
No, I get that. It's kind of the whole like Snyder Superman syndrome, where it's like he's a brooding dark guy, but he's Superman, so it's like less. What are you brooding about, man?
Yeah.
You can stop a train.
Listen, we get your parents didn't let you save drowning orphans, but like you're an adult now, you can do that.
I mean, Saitama really works for me because he's like just like a pretty like normal looking guy, and he like acts like pretty normal. He has to go out and like get groceries, but he's like the most like powerful like being in that universe. Like, I think it'd be different if he was like an extreme tryhard.
Yeah,
I think that show would be really obnoxious if that was the case. But
100%.
I mean, Kafka's a tryhard in a good way.
Yeah, like you want to be friends with Kafka.
Yeah, they did have to power him down because I feel like the plot would break if he was just like he has to have like a limit on his thing, or else he would just be able to one punch all of his enemies.
Yeah. How'd you guys feel about the new like enemy, like the whole like Kaiju organization we're going to be fighting up against in the next season? So like Emo, Kikaru, the face guy, the water guy, the sword guy.
I don't really feel much about them so far. Although I think the one, I don't know if they have names yet, but the goth anime girl one, she's funny. But yeah, I don't really have any opinions on them so far. They seem strong, so that's good.
Nice.
Do you think they're gonna add any new ones to the kaiju? Like, do you think they're gonna be like kind of misunderstood, or like because we have seen like kaiju with the capacity to either like do good or at least like bargain?
See, I don't think that's going to happen because so the first thing is I think these are our final bosses for the series, and I feel like these characters were literally born to like fight and kill, and I don't think we're going to have enough time. Like if they came out in the very beginning of the series, maybe, but I think they're so late game that these are just like they exist to like pose a threat to the characters and nothing else.
What if it's like Bleach, though, when they were fighting like the Aran car?
That's so true.
Sorry,
what just I mean like is the Aran car.
What if they like each fight they go in depth into like the opposing kaiju's backstory? Do you think that could happen or no?
They're all like a week old.
I mean,
okay, I would love that. Like they have like in that 1 week they went through like they developed like their own school system. They developed their own like religion, their own society. They all have like Monday like emo Kikaru was just like a plucky young girl. And then like Tuesday, like, oh no, her best friend was killed by like kaiju hunters.
okay.
I think one of the kind of interesting like mystery threads in the show though is that like what the fuck is Kafka's Kaiju's deal? Because like I don't think we know a lot about it. We get like a little bit of it at the end of the first season where it's like it's almost responding to like the what's his face's weapons like on instinct, which is why Kafka was going beast mode. But like I do wonder like if someone else created that for him or if like that particular kaiju does like I don't know. It's I think it's interesting. I think it's the
Because the weird thing too is like it isn't like a dumb animal. It is sentient. It literally spoke to him when he like first appeared. So it's like,
but also we don't get a Venom relationship with it. Like it's kind of like inside of him somewhere. Yeah. So like we don't even get like a lot about it. And I think I think honestly that's ideal because it creates like this mystery around what that's up to. But that's why I would think like, oh, are they going to like take a direction with kaiju where they're like misunderstood? I don't think they will, and I don't really expect them to. But there is like little hints here and there where I'm just like, because even the sword kaiju thing like is clearly a has his priorities, and his priorities aren't exactly noble, but he was still able to be like reasoned with.
Right. What are you talking about, okay? Throwing hands is perfectly noble, okay? He was just into, like, fitness, alright?
I mean, maybe this is why I like Dandadan so much, because I feel like it kind of does interesting stuff with its villains to show that they're, like, multifaceted, and they're not just, like, pure evil beings of destruction. But that's also a different show. This is a show about kaijus attacking cities, and guys in Evangelion suits attacking them.
As opposed to the last season, as opposed to the last arc of Don Don, we had a person in a kaiju suit attacking a city.
Yeah, that's. I bet you that kaiju. I haven't watched to that point yet, but I bet you that kaiju is going to be misunderstood, and they're going to have to reason with it. What if kaiju number 9 was like, don't you understand? I'm doing all of this because I have a deep love for fucking Legos or something.
Okay, I would love it. Okay, here's the thing, and I would love this to death if like it's the final battle, and then like kaiju number 9 just starts spouting all of this capitalism stuff, and he's like, you don't get it, Kafka. I'm going after the system. I'm going to take down the human order and bring a whole new order of like love and peace.
We have free healthcare. I've abolished money as a concept.
All of the kaiju have free education and a baseline bachelor's degree.
It cuts to like there's like a right before kaiju number 9 dies. It cuts to like the kaiju number 8 bug like shoving him in a locker in like a underground high school, being like,
no, it's gonna like we're gonna like have an episode where like somehow like the characters get blasted into like the like Earth's core, and they have like a perfectly utopian like kaiju society. Like the kaiju, like all of like the civilian kaiju see a human for the first time, and they just start panicking like crazy.
Did you guys watch that Ultraman movie where he has to take care of the kaiju baby?
Oh, I've seen bits and pieces, but I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's kind of the similar to what I'm talking about, I guess. Where it's just like the kaiju are misunderstood in that for the most part. They're just like they're just creatures.
We find
Um,
out out Kaiju number 9 had a wife and kids at home. Like right as he's dying, you see you cut back to a kitchen with his wife pairing his son a meal, and his son being like, "Where's Daddy?"
I think it's interesting these shows keep doing this, where it's like they keep having these like absolutely evil bastard demon characters, and in this case, it's a kaiju character. But they add little hints of like potential nuance, but it's mostly surface level. I don't even think it's a bad thing, or just something I'm noticing. Because even in Jujutsu Kaisen, we had the plant one who was just really fucking pissed off that people are like, I don't know, abusing the earth or whatever. I think that was their deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And then Gojo just like wrecks
Flattens them.
Just flattens
This is what we think of the environment in Jujutsu Kaisen, alright?
I mean, to be fair, they were like killing a lot of people. But I'm just saying, I feel like these shows keep giving little tidbits where like these monsters have like grievances. But like, to be fair, I guess Kaiju number 8 shows that if kaijus were like chill and cool and like looked like Kafka, they'd probably be more accepted if they just weren't leveling cities, because the Force kind of took them on pretty. They're like pretty
quickly.
trustful of him right now. Because I don't. Is there anybody who like really hates Kafka and the Force at this point?
Nope. Which is honestly really refreshing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else, you guys?
One thing I was gonna say is that honestly, like in this show, it feels like normally the main character would be Reno.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's interesting because it's Kafka, obviously.
Especially
because
since
he's the
so
one
old.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. You know, like it feels like it should be Reno because Reno's the one who has like the whole main character syndrome. You know, of like, you know, the typical thing of like taking it all on. The fact that he's like special and he's like a prodigy and all that. Anyway, yeah.
He's a lot like Gino in that sense, where he's like, he's in One Punch Man. Gino is like Gino. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
He's like what the typical anime protagonist, and I think it purposely contrasts with the like the actual protagonist who's like, that they like look up to. Like I think their dynamic is pretty similar.
Yeah, I think I agree with that actually. Yeah. I also want to say I liked Kaiju number 10's like personality.
Yes.
Like probably honestly, I have so many favorite characters in this show, but if I was forced to make a list, I feel like Kaiju number 10 would have to be in the top 5 in there somewhere.
Seriously.
Yeah, he's warmed up to me. I think the initial appearance, I was like, oh, this type of guy. But then he's like, I'm glad they kept him around.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he got to be like a personality. Like they didn't just make him into a sword. Like a sword that talks to him and competes with him. You know, like it's fun.
Talking in the chess is hilarious. Yeah.
See, okay, here's the thing. If this was like the first third, if we just finished up like the first third of the story or something, and we had like say another like 100 or so episodes, I would be so down with more of the kaijus becoming weapons and them just having like relationships with the like they just having like in betweens with the different users. So like Goth Kikaru and like regular Kikaru become like partners and best friends, and we just see like the relationship between the kaijus and humans growing.
That would be interesting. But then who would they fight in the end?
The evil kaiju.
We're kaiju.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Evil
it would be like
kaiju.
humans that teamed up with the evil kaiju, so it'd be like good kaiju human combos versus bad kaiju human combos.
I'd be down with that.
I mean, what if they found like a colony of good kaiju that's just like hiding and vibing, like in the core of the earth or something like that? And they like,
What?
hey, make us into weapons. We're gonna like soul eater this, I guess.
It's like Pokemon, how like some Pokemon like want to be trapped in balls.
Yeah, they love it.
Or
That sounds crazy.
we have aliens, right? There's like these super aliens that come down, and the humans and the kaijus have to team up.
Do you think
Yeah.
because you can store Pokemon in a PC box, so they get like digitized into code, presumably when they're like trapped in the Pokeball, right? Do they die each time it happens? do they? There's a die in a. Do they die in a copies made of them?
Okay, if we're going by like real world science, 100% yes.
So it's so like Fluffy the Empoleon. Every time you take him out to fight, only to immediately bring him back in when your opponent sends a bad typing match to him. He dies each time.
Yes, that's
And
100%.
it's just a copy of it.
That's exactly what's happening.
That's
why I'm a
awesome.
Digimon fan. Damn, Pokemon ZA messed you up, man.
I haven't played a game since Gen 5. We're talking about Pokemon. This is about Kaiju number 8. They should make Kaiju number 8 more like Pokemon, and they should give them all different weapons that talk to them, and they have dynamics. That's a better show.
So, fun fact: I finally watched I finally read the Pokemon manga, where it's about like people like absorbing Pokemon. It's actually like I can't. It's one of those things I legit can't tell if either of you would like it, because it's doing the same like shonen stuff to a T, but it's doing it in a very effective way, but not in a way that like stands out from like it's a good hamburger, but it doesn't do any. But it's still a hamburger kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, no, I understand that. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think every single shonen anime needs to, like, change the industry, you know?
You just
We even
want
talked
one.
about this last time I talked about this show. It's like, it's a good show. I just don't think it's, like, doing anything that's, like, necessarily, like, different or, like, genre defining, or, you know. That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind being so negative today. I think I'm just in a mood.
I mean, I don't even think you're being that negative.
Okay.
Anything else, you guys?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
All right, so final ratings. I'll go first. So with my rating scale being trash, bad, mid, good, great, and masterpiece, I would say I kind of want to give this a good plus. So it's like right between good and great. Like, I liked a lot of the fight scenes. I liked a lot of the characters. I liked a lot of the designs. I liked a lot of their like I liked a lot of the relationships. And my God, was the final like episode hype. That was definitely a great plus episode for me. But all in all, I would say, I think, like I said, my biggest issue with it is it hasn't done anything that wows me. Like, if you gave me the log line for this show, every single thing that happens in it is something I would expect to happen. But that being said, definitely good.
Okay. I really seriously don't have anything like much different from you. Even down to like the rating. I think maybe it's going to be similar. I don't know how it translates to numbers. But yeah, I think it's a good show. It's you guys are right that it doesn't really reinvent the wheel or do anything different, but what it does pretty well. I agree, which ironically you guys are saying that it's like unique. I mean, it's not unique, right? Because it's not really doing anything different. But I think it's unique in the way that it's not. It's like one of few things I think that are like being normal and like not trying to change, like be something revolutionary or anything. That's actually popular, because pretty much everything that like plays it safe doesn't really last nowadays. At least in terms of like the traditional formula.
Right.
So I mean, in a way, it's kind of unique because it's actually it's actually doing pretty well while not really doing much different.
Right.
But yeah, so 7 out of 10.
Nice.
I think this show's pretty good. I like the, even when I get pulled out, I do get pulled back in with some of the character dynamics. And honestly, I'm like missing more of that. Like I like to, especially see more of the characters kind of interact and develop more, especially after like the kind of big reveal or the big sort of switch up on the dynamic in the previous season. I think it's kind of part of the reason why I'm feeling like a little bit unsatisfied, is because like it feels like I think one of the scenes that sticks out to me is like Kafka not checking his phone or not being able to check his phone, and like he just has like a wall of text and gets chewed out for it. But I think this show kind of prioritizes some things that like normally isn't of interest to me, but I do think it does what it does pretty well. And I also changed my rating system, and I said, either it's the best anime in the world or it's like the worst one. I think I need to simplify it even more and say it's either peak or mid. That's the language the kiddos use.
Yep.
So this show's peak. And that's
Nice.
all I'll say about that, yeah.
Peak is 10 out of 10 to me, so
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. With that being said,
Okay.
that's been our podcast. Tune in next time.
see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.